1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Dillon Fontenot. I'm a student at Northwestern State University. I'm a junior, and I'm currently working towards my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. For the communications class that I'm enrolled in, I'm required to give a 4-minute speech introducing myself to at least an audience of 6 people, which I greatly appreciate you guys helping me out with this. And if nobody has any objections to being shown on camera for about 2 seconds in a YouTube video, I'll go ahead and start. I want to ask any of you in the room, can anybody name 3 historically significant events that occurred on their birthday?
Bill Clinton was born on my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Bill Clinton. He's a.
Oh.
the only
Thoreau.
Yeah. Oh,
July 12th.
I love that. Okay, July. The only thing I knew before doing research for this speech was that Caesar was stabbed. Julius Caesar was stabbed to death on March 15th.
Caesar also, if the calendar was right.
Was born on your birthday?
Yes, if the calendar of the Roman centuries was right.
Okay.
Let me know.
Well, with my more than passive interest in medicine, science, and music, I decided to do a little research and see what other things have happened on previous March 15th. In music, Billboard actually released their first album chart with the Nat King Cole Trio at number 1 in 1945. In science, 5 separate research groups simultaneously reported the discovery of antimatter in 1937. Actually, I'm sorry, 1962. Antimatter. Pluto also regained its title as the 9th planet in the solar system until its planetary title was taken away several years later. And in medicine, the first blood bank as well as the first contraceptive clinics were opened in 1937.
1937.
1937.
One year in the United States.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, for the contraceptive clinic, and the blood bank was in Chicago.
North Carolina. In the South.
In the South.
What's wrong with us today? That's amazing that, really.
But in addition to the interest I have in these fields, there's several philosophies and authors that I've discovered throughout the years that have helped shape my moral character or my moral code and my personal character. The first 2 authors I'd like to mention are Neil Donald Walsh and Rhonda Byrne, who wrote Conversations with God and The Secret, respectively. Both are books of a metaphysical nature, but they're very potentially life-changing, and I recommend them if you guys have never heard of them before. They definitely instilled traits of self-determination and humility and respect for the world around me. There's also Brazilian novelist Paulo Coelho, who wrote a book entitled The Alchemist, who has a quote. There's a quote in there that I'll actually share later. And Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a Zen master who typically posts conventional wisdom that helps me see the day as beautiful and like just how to live my life day to day. Their central idea is that reality is nothing short of what you make it. It will always be as positive or negative as you decide it will be each and every day. And that's definitely a code that I try to remember and live by, and I think it's definitely, I've seen it reap its benefits. In addition to these guys, in addition to the people I mentioned previously, several fundamental ideas of Buddhism have found their way into my life, and I'm very proud to try and adhere to those concepts, like a quest for inner peace or the reverence for the self. And if I had not encountered these ideas or philosophies and authors, I feel like I would be a radically different person than I am today. They definitely have shaped my personality. And in closing, I'd like to share a little piece of conventional wisdom from Coelho. In his book, The Alchemist, he mentions that when you want something, and it's not a fundamental want, it's not a superficial want, it's a fundamental desire to have something or to need something in your life. When you want something, the entire universe conspires in helping you achieve it. That's friends, family, like even if you don't ask it, if you just, I use the term, pray for it, or think about it, or feel and attract it to yourself, it comes to you, and everything you ever need will be provided for you. All you have to do is ask for it. And it is those ideas and those interests that shape me into who I am today, and the person I get to share with you guys. And thank y'all.
Did you get your degree?